Hello my friends, Buck Weezer with Buck Small Engine DIY on YouTube coming at you today. I got a chainsaw here. It's the Stihl MS250 and the action on this pull string is just so tight, incredibly difficult to pull that. So much so that there's just really no chance that you're going to get this thing to start or run because it's just so tight. See that? Oh, why is it so tight? What can we do to fix it? That's our project for today, so stay tuned. Yes, I do appreciate you joining me today. Why is the string so hard to pull on this to the point that there's no chance of starting it? Is it simply compression? So let's pull the spark plug out. Pre-clogged air filter. Let's pull the spark plug out right here, if we can. And then try and see if, see how hard it is to pull it at that point. But I mean, I think it's just really, really tight. I'm okay. I'll get it. All right. So now there's absolutely no compression. We've removed the spark plug. Will it make any difference? Oh, did you want to say hi to Nico? The shop cat, there he is, hanging out with me today. Hello, Neeks. All right, so let's try it now. Piece of cake. Piece of cake. So why is the compression on this thing so high? And what can we do about it? I observed pulling out the spark plug is nice and wet, and I'm wondering if maybe we've got a carburetor just leaking too much fuel into that cylinder head. And when I put it here, not now, but I did feel like it was shooting out a little fuel. So maybe that carburetor is leaking too much fuel, and it's causing too much compression in there. And that is always a possibility. I was thinking that maybe what we were going to be dealing with was just an engine that's just so not used that much, and it's just varnished up and it's making that piston just too darn tight in there. That doesn't seem to be the case. So I don't know what the deal is, but it does seem to be a little too wet in there. So now we got this back on. Yep. Oh, boy, that's just so hard. All right, so we're in the bright sunshine here. Hopefully you can see all right. I wanted to pull the spark plug and then screw in my compression tester and see if I can get a compression reading on this thing. I don't know if I'll be able to because of how hard it is to pull the rope, but I want to try it anyway. And I've got a compression tester, just an inexpensive one that I bought on Amazon. But what's nice about this is it's got the Schrader valve in the threaded section of each of the hoses. And that's what you want, because that way it does not increase the size of the compression chamber. So we're going to just try this and see if we can get some kind of a reading on it. but I don't know if I'll be able to pull the starter rope because the compression seemed just so high. All right, I'm gonna try to zoom in on that gauge. Probably kind of looking at it upside down, plus the sun. We'll do the best we can. It went up slowly, gradually with every pull, and we were close to 150 or 145 there, it looks like, which is decent. And honestly, it was hard to pull the rope, but not that terribly hard. So maybe things are getting freed up in there. I'm not really sure. But anyway, 135, 140 and holding, which is absolutely good. What we should have. But can we get it to start and run with that action of the rope pull so hard? We shall find out. All right, let's just try and start this real quick. Don't have the air filter in, but we'll be okay for now. I'm gonna have to set it on the floor, I think. It's hard to pull, but it is pullable. And we're getting something. That's something. It actually runs pretty decently, and maybe this is simply a matter of not having been used in a while, and the I don't know, just getting kind of super tight in that combustion chamber. I don't really know, but it does work. Well, welcome back. It's actually been a week, maybe probably more than a week, since we filmed that last segment where we had the Stihl MS250. We had it running. It was running pretty good. It was smoking a little bit, as I recall, but that might just be temporary since it hadn't been used in a while. And as I was not able to determine anything specifically wrong that contributed to that absolutely impossible rope pull, I decided to pull out the most important small engine repair tool available to all of us, the internet. And I went online, did some reading, found some stuff, made some notes, and I want to share with you what I learned. This might be of help to you. And one of the first things that I realized is you don't have to look very far to find a lot of people complaining about this saw and how difficult the rope pull actually is. It could be someone who's had the saw for a while and it just got real hard over time, or someone who just bought it and in the first week of using it, it's just too darn hard. So that is an indicator that it's a problem that Stihl knew about and a lot of people experienced. Who's having this trouble? I noticed that a lot of the guys that were complaining were older guys, maybe over 60. This saw actually belongs to my brother-in-law, and he's a couple years older than I am. So, you know, we're getting to that age where, yeah, it's just too hard. The young guys aren't having any trouble with it, but some of us older guys are. So what I also learned is, you know, shortly after they came out with the MS250, it wasn't that much longer and they came out with the MS250C. And that featured the easy to start system. Surprise, surprise, because they knew people were having trouble getting this one started because of that hard rope pull. And I've never tried their easy to start system, but the MS250C features that because they know that this recoil is just really difficult on the MS250. But why is it? So this is a fairly big saw for this small recoil starter. It's the exact same recoil starter that they put on the MS210, 230, and 250. And it might be okay on those smaller ones, but this is the largest displacement where they use the same recoil starter. So you've got the highest displacement engine using that same kind of diminutive recoil starter, so you're getting the hardest pull and least mechanical advantage. So it's just kind of the way it is, I'm afraid. And the other thing I was reading, it is possible, you know, this carburetor floods easily and you can get too much fuel. Sometimes the needle leaks too much fuel into the combustion chamber, so you can get a hydrolocking effect. So that makes it even harder to start, and you end up just wearing yourself out pulling this rope starter repeatedly until you can finally get it to start. So I'm going to try something. What I want to try as we wrap this up, and I think this might work, I'm going to follow some advice that I saw online where we're going to put it on full choke for one pull and one pull only. And then we're going to take it off choke and see if it'll start then. But we're not going to leave it on full choke until we hear it pop, you know, that initial start up and that. We're just going to put it on full choke down there, and then we're going to give it one pull, and we're going to take it off choke if it doesn't start, and see if that makes our life a little easier. Because I'm afraid it floods easily, and that only contributes to the frustration of how difficult this is to start. I don't want to change out parts. I don't want to order a new carburetor if that's not really the issue. We just might be dealing with a saw it's got a hard rope pull, and we just got to figure out how to get it to start as quickly as possible and deal with it. So let's give that a try. Okay. So remember, it's been a week or two since we last started it. Have not messed with it since then. And I got it all the way, this lever down all the way on full choke. And I'm going to pull it one time on full choke, and I'm going to take it off choke, see how easily it starts for us. And I'm going to start it on the ground like we did last time. I'm going to put my foot there, my right hand on the bar, and I'm going to pull with my left hand. As a lefty, that's going to work pretty good for me. So let's see what we get. All right, so that was the one pull. Now it's half choke. Now let's take it off choke completely. 10 pulls, I'm not getting anywhere. Yep. So that's your frustration. You get worn out. Get out of breath just doing that. Let's try it all the way on. Let's put it on choke one more time. Half choke. All right, so here we got something. All right. Not sure why it didn't stay running. Alright, so it does run. Well, it didn't start that easily. Okay, so you saw that the saw, I'm sawing a saw in half with a saw. Little Three Stooges throwback right there. You saw that the saw did start for us, but it took me 10 or 15 pulls. It did run, it didn't smoke anymore, so that's good. I adjusted the high and the low speed screws. The low one's hidden here. You gotta go through the, just slotted screwdriver will do it. You go straight through here for the low and straight through here for the high. And they have limiters on them, but I opened them up. That is, I turned them counterclockwise as far as they would go. And I changed the spark plug just as a matter of maintenance. I've ordered a new air cleaner. Let's fire it up again, and then I think we'll be ready to call it a day. Okay, so full choke, right foot is how I'm doing it. One pull. Okay. Half choke. And that's a lot better. Not bad. What was it, 2 or 3 pulls that time? I think we're going to have to just be content with that. Alright, I don't know if this video was of much help to you at all, but if you're having trouble with the rope pull on your Stihl MS250, you should at least realize that you're not alone. It is kind of a challenging one for the reasons that we've already talked about. But I don't really think that I should do anything else with this saw. Because it does start and run, and you just have to be willing to give it a little muscle. The fact that it had not run in a long time, coupled with the difficult rope pull, just I think was the main reason that they would ask me to look at it. Now that it's back up and running, and it's starting a little bit easier, okay, 3 or 4 hard yanks, you'll be okay with that. All right, hit me up in the comments with any discussion, questions you might have. You might have experience with the same saw. If so, I'd like to hear how things are going for you and what you do to overcome that difficult rope pull. I want to thank you for watching, and as I always like to say, only you can put the do into do-it-yourself. And I will see you on the next video. Bye.